Well, okay. People like hearing my ridiculous stories. Okay, well, first a little tip today. Using an old drill, I use a 1/8 inch drill bit. Actually, the best drill bits you can buy. Costly little thing, but I can drill through inches of metal. I do that. Get the best drill bit, 1/8 of an inch, in an old drill or a new drill will work too. And just take your time, drill through, and then drill your real hole. It's got to be one of the best drill bits you can find. Okay, that's the tip for today. Because I drill a lot of holes. Good heavens. I made myself an elevating mechanism for my artillery piece I built. Just got to get the hand wheel on it. So I just finished up putting it on the cannon along with the different gears and stuff like that. So I'll make a video on it, a short video, of course. So what am I going to talk about today? I don't know the answer. I don't know. Okay, so a long time ago, I was born with agoraphobia, some kind of phobia, which prevented me from circulating into that world out there. I say thank God these days. I wouldn't want any part of that world. I don't own a phone. Just getting used to a credit card for about 10, yeah, about 8 years. I used to pay with postal money orders or cash. I don't own a phone. Yin had a phone in in her name, I should say. So blessed with agoraphobia or whoever, whatever it is all about. I don't know. By the way, I am a weird one. Okay. I was actually put into Essondale increased clinic unit when I was a kid because I wouldn't go to school. Wow, I mean, I've seen everything you could ever imagine. I spent, it was a couple of months. Then later on, 13 months in the crease unit. Oh, I had electric shock treatment. They tried that as well as insulin shock. Nothing happened, so eventually they called in a specialist from the United Kingdom that used simply relaxation exercises. But well, you just tense up. You're laying down and you just simply relax and picture what's bothering you in your mind, which is an open field. Anything open I can't tolerate. Bridges are a nightmare. As a little child, going across the Golden Gate Bridge was horrific for me. So anyway, back to Riverview or Essondale. Seen a lot of things there. I did have a gun collection in West Lawn A2 ward, as well as a radio collection or electronics next to my bed, 50-bed ward in the West Lawn building, because I graduated from Crease Clinic up to West Lawn. Dr. Slichter, Dr. Alice Kramer, Constable Brookbank, our CMP officer. So I had this stuff, and I was actually I could go anywhere anyway. I went into the neighboring city, the Ted's TV and radio shop, as well as a gunsmith shop, and I bought these handguns and rifles and stuff, and I just stuck them under the bed in a locked box. No ammunition. The radio gear is stacked by the bed. I had to make space. One time I had to move all the beds around when nobody's around about 3 inches. It's very intriguing, funny times. But they tried punishment and put me on C4 ward. C4 ward is where you got these people with no brains, vets, shell shock victims. It's the end of the line, basically. So they use as a shock ward saying if you don't become this kind of person, this is going to happen to you. I was there, a 16-year-old kid was there who was doing marijuana. I did witness a staff member beating up a patient until he was unconscious. I reported that later on to Constable Brookbank. I reported many things, many injustices to Constable Brookbank over the year, over that time frame there. Anyway, so I had a lot of girlfriends in other situations. Let's say the hottie in the stairwell. Oh, good heavens, that was funny. Yeah. What do you mean I got nice hangers? Anyway, that was intriguing fun. What the hell? So, Rosalie Jones, Nancy Jane Snyder, Edith Coulter, plus even a student nurse. She wanted to take me home for weekends, but the staff wouldn't allow it. I don't know. I took the, what do you call it, Pacific Stage Bus from Riverview to my parents' place, 3045 Crescentview Drive, North Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Oh my God, Nancy Jane Stein. Gee, the hormones were raging. Anyway, so I was actually a DJ for that town, Riverview, or Essondale, or whatever you want to call it. It had Essondale, Valley View, and Colony Farm, where all the psychopathic killers went to, which I did see them. Being with the TV repairman, I was his apprentice, so I got to see those wards. But we were protected by staff. Staff would surround us to make sure that we wouldn't get jumped by the, let's see, R4, it was called. Now it's called something else, forensic something, blah, blah, blah. So I did have fun with radio work as a DJ for the town, although they didn't like the record. They're coming to take me away, haha. So I was kind of mischievous. Got along with everybody okay. Some of the doctors were Dr. Hutchison, who wanted to use LSD on the patients in Westlawn building. Had a scary incident. Found a judge, I forget his name. He had access to the Crease Clinic library. And I looked through the window, wondering what's going on. Somebody said somebody's in there hanging from a steam pipe. And I looked in the window. It's holy shit. I went back into the Crease unit in the main area under the lobby. I took a heavy piece of pipe, which was used as an ashtray, and tried to break in the door. Staff came down, opened the door. I'm leaving out a lot of details. And I gave my statements to the RCMP. It was kind of freaky. It was, I don't know. Harold Hood, another name. I don't know if these people are still alive or what. He tried to commit suicide. Joe Savo did commit suicide because he didn't take his lithium tablets for manic depressive psychosis. I read my diagnosis. Psychoneurotic phobic react was mine, and the only thing was that, again, I mentioned relaxation exercises. However, they tried other drugs on me a long time ago, prior to, which really, then it messed me up, and then they took me off, said, no, you don't need anything. And also the second time, I requested Valium. So, I got my wish fulfilled. They wanted me to just do relaxation exercises. But I had my Valium and had my family doctor prescribe it for a long time. I'm up to, then Xanax came on the market, and then I got on Xanax and still am on a tiny dose of Xanax. Because I guess it became part of my biochemistry, Xanax. Dr. Soylem was the doctor that brought it out. Medical center. He would say Zonix. So I was on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 milligrams per 24 hours, roughly that. And then I worked myself down to, 2 milligrams per 24 hours. I take the heaviest dose at night before I go to bed. That's Zonix, benzodiazepine, GABA grabbers, and all that stuff. Anyway, back to a review. I've seen a lot of stuff there. They had a section, the 5th floor, which was abandoned ward. I don't know what in West London. I don't know any. I can't find any history on the 5th floor. It had bars on the entrance and doorway. But I learned how to pick the lock, so I'd go up into the, I guess you call it the attic, or the 5th ward. I have my own kind of place to play around and go to sleep or have some fun. Spread them chops, business. Nice hangers you got, babe.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, yeah, so that was my secret room, and I had another room that used to be part of the dumb waiter system down in the tunnels. Picked that lock and used that as a hiding place or sleeping place or whatever. A lot of times, as I mentioned before, I'd be having fun even in the chapel. Nobody's around. Or the psychological profiling room, which had a one-way mirror, two-way, whatever you call them. Maria, she said, "Oh, John. Yeah, I am a real slut." And the priest, ooh, he was the one that started talking about nice hangers and all that cool stuff. So we did some worshiping. I don't care. Doesn't bother me any. Wow. Hypersexual, I guess I am. I don't know. Anyway, a lot of things happened there. I was put in Hillside, and that's before you're leaving the place. But really, after I fired up a tractor and in protest of somebody going, some protest, I said, "I'm going to drive this into the swimming pool, right through the building into the pool." And they said, no, well, he doesn't have to go there. I said, "Oh, okay," screwing it all off. So they didn't like my antics too much. Oh, good heavens. We put dry ice in the women's toilet. And it looked like something out of a Frankenstein movie. All that white mist coming out under the door. Oh, we had a lot of naughty fun. Anyway, back to West Line Ties. A2, A1 ward. Mrs. Popovich, she was another one there. She's a nurse. I mentioned, I'm getting bored of this place. I should leave, you know. She says, well, out there in the outside world, as referred to in Riverview, to a lot of people, was an insane asylum unto itself. So who's normal? The people here or out there? So interesting point, Mrs. Popovich. Mrs. Warwick, social worker. Wow, a lot of people I met. Holy moly, anyway. So anyway, oh yeah, we stole a bottle of chlorohydrate and got drunk with Billy Ball. Hi, Billy Ball. I guess you're a ghost now. I don't know. Does anybody even know about Riverview or Essondale? Or all those places, Pennington Hall, go dancing. Friday night. The Industrial Building, North Lawn, Center Lawn, East Lawn. Actually see some of these buildings in the TV series Fringe and X-Files and Stargate SG-1. You'll see the red brick buildings, the gothic looking things rotting away now. Anyway. So, witnessed many things, many injustices. and that, which I make very public, by the way. I wrote up a lot of it on the history of West Lawn. It's on the internet somewhere. As time progressed, Dr. Slichter, the German doctor, said, if you ever get tired of this place, let me know, and I'll write up all your discharge papers. And he said we should put the guns in the pharmacy because the patients start to get nervous. And I said, okay. This is all true, by the way. Interesting, huh? So one day, I got bored. I had an offer to move into downtown Vancouver in the Drexel Rooms, which is a flop house. Pigeon Park, 5 East Hastings. Check it out. Look it up. So I called my dad and parents to get the radio gear and the guns, although I kept one handgun because it's a rough area down there. You just never know. So Dr. Slichter gave me $20. I got Pacific Stage to the 5 Drexel Rooms with Roy Scharfel. Hung out there for a couple of weeks. Got to explore the area, the people, what their problems are. Mostly drugs, by the way, or alcohol problems. But interesting people. I learned a lot staying there. Oh yeah, there was a gentleman in, I think on the 3rd floor, that also said I had nice hangers. So often I'd have fun there. So Roy was at West Lawn. Anyway, I put an ad in a newspaper looking for a room in North Vancouver, British Columbia. It turned out to be 1458 East 29th Street, North Vancouver, British Columbia. Mrs. Murphy? Oh, yeah, Mrs. Murphy. With a family, so I stayed there. I got along with Mark Murphy, Melinda Murphy, who actually sent me an email some years ago, who moved to Seattle, and she always remembered the fun we had. I taught her how to run a lathe, and she used to like to play on the old Canon I used to have, and all kinds of things. So she, I wonder how she's doing. Hi, Melinda, hi. If you're out there somewhere. Melinda, probably married with kids. Mark, hi Mark. And Michelle Murphy, I don't know anything. So Mrs. Murphy, I was 11 years there. I did a lot of stuff. That's where some of those experiments I used to do happened. Wow. Trudeau brought in gun control, 1978, Bill C-51. 13 victims who were gun collectors, including myself, and I fought back. The others did too, so I had 2 lawyers. One carried an AR-15 around, challenging anybody to cause a problem, and he'd take him to court. His name was Machine Gun Martinoff. Hello, Michael Martinoff. How you doing? My other lawyer was R. Flynn Marr. So, and I'm still in contact with Flynn Marr, who will verify everything I'm talking about. So anyway, they came down, the RCMP, and took my machine guns and pistols and guns and rifles and junk. Police station, and they said, oh, we're going to have to lock you up. Which was about 8 hours. I had a cold at the time. I could sort of, oh, well, I can lay down. I'd never been in jail before. That was the only time. Then they let me out at about 8 or 6 hours after, with promise to appear in court, and then the whole thing turned political, and I involved all the media and all the gun collectors of Canada, as well as my lawyer. And at trial, 1978, by the way, at trial, it went on for, I think, 7 days. Trial by magistrate, it's called up in Canada. Hello, magistrate. Anyway, Judge Cronin, after hearing all the evidence, all the stories, he slams his gavel down. I dismiss all charges against Mr. Hutchison. I think this is some type of entrapment going at John. I order all his guns, machine guns, returned. He was really ticked off after all this, and then the media was all around. That's when I met Michael McCardle, who was there with a beard, and they returned all the firearms. Then the FAC came into a Federal Firearms Acquisition Certificate, which I have had for a long time. It kind of expired, but so that's some of the story. I mean, there's all kinds of other things. How long have I been doing this? I got to get going here pretty soon. Ooh, 20 minutes.
Hi.
20 minutes. 20 minutes. Getting close to me leaving here. Okay, so that's some of the Riverview story. There's a lot more. You can ask me any question about it. And I met a lot of patients that thought they were Jesus or other people. I didn't argue with them. I said, that was actually a good time. That's one of my interesting times I have. As well as the warships. That's another one. 94 to 2000 when I went down and warships. I love warships. I love all the engineering in them and history. So I went to work on Mackenzie, Columbia, HMCS, Mackenzie, Columbia, Saskatchewan, and Yukon. With the Artificial Reef Society of British Columbia, we had somebody who was a Navy SEAL who used C4 to blow them up, and we test C4 on a small portion of the deck plates. I really wanted a ship for my own. Almost bought one at Esquimalt Base, British Columbia, Canada. However, I managed to work on the ships, take a lot of stuff up the hill. I still have a bunch of it. Enjoyed it. I learned a lot. I worked hard. My God, is that long ago now? I got those baby ray guns, they're called. They're not really, it's a countermeasure system. And some electronics and cannon parts and pieces and barrels and breech blocks and chunks of stuff. Long-winded story this is, isn't it? Anyway. So I started this at 15 to 20 minutes, half hour up to 6:45. Okay. Got it. Anyway. Why am I talking about this stuff? Well, in case there's a journalist, everybody puts me in their book these days. A little page here and there. Even Colonel John Alexander put me in his little book. Reality Denied. A great person, John Alexander is. A lot of knowledge and a lot of history. That's one. There's a few others that want to. Sir, I don't care what you do. So I can point him to one of these videos. I'm talking to Blue Streak and figure out what to do with it. I was promised somebody's going to write a book on me, but it hasn't happened. So anyway, so I'm talking to live stream. It would be fun to do a live stream on something. A replicatable. Oh, I'll show you what came in a replicable Hutchison effect. Getting there. Got a new piece of gear. I'll show you. Then I'm going to go. That's Dr. Winfield. Oh, here we are. This came yesterday. I don't even see it. Where the heck is it? I presume you can see it. And another piece over here, a small piece, but used for TV set. So we'll be doing experiments again. I already moved all this stuff around. Fine tune it, and there's all this construction over here. This stuff's kind of in the way, I suppose, but oh well. Okay, I'm going to go. As I said, it's it was fun. Calling W1. That's kind of cute, isn't it? Little booklet. A little booklet. Barbara. Barbara. Kyle. Usually I upload when it's dark out. What time? I haven't got a clock in. I usually upload when I'm having dinner. Just can't really do much with the internet. And eating dinner, so okay, just upload a stupid video. Call it a day kind of thing. Cigarette. Cigarette. Oh, I gotta lock these doors. Okay. So that's Riverview chapter, I guess you call it. As I said, R. Flynn Marr was going to come and visit, so he's into photography now. He's a gun collector too, but he's into photography. So I mentioned a bunch of names. Hopefully somebody I met pops in out of the woodwork somewhere. Smile, smile, smile. Oh, maybe I messed up the video. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay.